best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. Welcome in to Cavalier Field. We are just about underway as the first pitch thrown down at 7 p.m. straight up. Glenn Green III, he gets the start on the mound tonight for your Dodge City A's, and he fires in a first pitch ball, and that pitch in for a strike. It is Chase Davidson getting the lead off. So the Kansas Cannons coming to Dodge City. They are coached by a familiar name that some of you may know. Head coach of the Kansas Cannons, Phil Stevenson. He coached the Conquistadors for 16 years before moving to the Wichita area. Of course, his brother Gene Stevenson, longtime head coach at Wichita State. Pitch, fly ball out into center field, and there to pull that down is Drexler. And that is the first out of the inning. So the Cannons lineup, it looks like this. It's Davidson, McCarwich, Reeder, Kiola, Peter Smith, Barraza, Hunt, Jorge, and Witt. So Zach McCarwich steps up, takes a first pitch ball. Your A's, they enter into tonight's contest 8-3 overall. These Cannons come into tonight 5-5 as that pitch in for a strike, and that evens the count at 1. Oh, that pitch will be in. It hits. Well, they say it actually hit the knob of the bat. So 2 away now for the Cannons, and that will bring up Wyatt Reeder. It's Glenn Green III. He gets the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. Pitch in and misses inside. Green, he played his graduate season this year at Southern University. That pitch is a line drive out into left field. The Cannons, they have their runner aboard. So that'll bring up Finn Kiola. Green comes into today's contest, had pitched 2 innings before this, and time is called, so Kiola is going to step out of the box. He'll adjust his batting gloves, and that gives the newly arrived umpire a chance to get into position behind home plate. Pitch is fouled off and actually hits the press box. Throw over to first, not in time. So a scheduling note, the game previously scheduled for tomorrow night in Derby has been canceled. It will not be made up. So the A's will have 3 days off before they return to league play on Friday. The pitch misses low. Kiola is ahead in the count, 2-1 strike. Kiola makes contact. It's fielded by Green. The throw to first is in time, and that will end the inning. So the Cannons strand one, and we are headed to the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Leading off for your Dodge City A's as we enter the bottom of the first. Landon Langley getting the leadoff spot has been a staple in the top part of the lineup. Langley, a redshirt sophomore from Louisiana State University, Alexandria. He'll step on to face off against Brady Stevenson. Stevenson, he's pitched 7 2/3 innings coming in to tonight's contest. He enters with a 6.391 ERA. He fires in a called strike to Langley, and he's down in the count 0-1. Langley takes that pitch. It's fouled over the press box, and quickly he finds himself down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Warmer day here at Cavalier than it was yesterday, but still not too bad by June standards. Currently 81 degrees here in Dodge City as that pitch is grounded over to the shortstop, and the throw to first is in time. So one away for the A's. And that'll bring up Cameron Parks. Parks, Langley's a teammate at LSU Alexandria, played his sophomore season there this year. He shows bunt, lays it down, and they say foul. Pitch, it's grounded to the shortstop Barraza. Throw to first in time. And now 2 away. So that brings up Omari Johnson. Johnson played his sophomore season at Southern University this year. Yeah, one delivery. Misses outside. That'll even the count at 1. Stevenson, he works from the third base side of the rubber. Righty fires in and misses outside again. Johnson will work ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch in, called strike. That evens the count at 2. Two delivery. We'll miss a little bit low, and the count runs full. So we'll have our first payoff pitch of the ball game. Stevenson fires in. It's swung on and missed, and that will end the inning as the A's will go down 1-2-3. Top of the second, you've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Colton Petersmith set to lead off as 5, 6, and 7 is due up here in the inning for the Kansas Cannons. Green back on the mound, and the first pitch seen is grounded up the middle for a leadoff hit. Brings up Talon Barraza. So the Cannons with their second hit of the ball game. Your A's, they went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Scoreless here in Dodge City right now. The pitch in and called strike to Barraza. Of course, Green, he's back on the mound. He's for his second inning of work. Stands on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch misses high. That evens the count at 1. Green got the win. He has a 1-0 record. He picked up the win against the Liberal BJs back on June the 8th. Throw over to first is not in time. So Green, he pitched 2 innings in that ball game. Had 3 strikeouts, walked 2. The pitch and the throw down to second, not in time. So Peter Smith stills over to second, and the count moves to 3-1 against Barraza. Pitch misses, and that will put runners on at first and second. Pitch in to Hunt, in for a strike. Brady Hunt steps up, nobody out, 2 on for the Kansas Cannons. Green looking in, he has his sign and will come set. Pitch is fouled straight down, and Hunt now down in the count 0-2. So defensively for your Dodge City A's, left to right in the outfield, it is Johnson, Drexler, and Parks. Third to first across your infield, Nico Brown, Blakenze, Langley, and Phillips. Of course, Glenn Green on the mound, and Aiden Morehouse completes the battery for the Dodge City A's. The 0-2 delivery is Green will take a look back at second. Runners go, and the pitch, a fly ball out into right field, and the A's, well, are not able to double them off, but no advancement of the runners. So that brings up Fernando Jorge. Jorge, the third baseman for the Kansas Cannons. 2 on, 1 away now. First pitch he sees will miss. So Green will step off, make the throw back to second, not in time. Jorge ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The throw back to second now, not in time. Green misses outside that time, and Jorge, he finds himself ahead in the count, 3-0. Glenn Green, he pitched 2/3 of an inning against New Orleans. That game back on February the 18th for Southern University. Out 2 hits, 3 runs to score, and walked 2. Jorge ahead, 3-1, but the pitch misses outside, and that will walk the bases loaded. So Witt will step up. He's the catcher tonight for the Kansas Cannons. Bases loaded with 1 away. Of course, it is Boot Hill Lawman night as the A's, they take on their alternate identity here at Cavalier Field every Monday. Pitch chopped up the middle, fielded by Blakenze. Throw to second for 1, throw to first, not in time. 1 run scores on the fielder's choice, and that gives the Cannons a lead in the ball game. So runners on the corners with 2 away for Chase Davidson as the Cannons, they turn the lineup over and pitch is in for a strike. Davidson, he's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He flew out his first time up. Throw over to first, not in time. The pitch, it's fouled off. So down in the count, 0-2 is Davidson, as the A's are trying to get out of the inning with just the 1-run damage. Pitch high and inside, and that makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is grounded up, fielded by Green. The throw to first is in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second. A's at trail 1-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Aiden Morehouse leading off in the bottom of the second. Morehouse, junior from Houston Christian University. He'll work ahead in the count 2 balls and no strikes. Brady Stevenson back on the mound for the Kansas Cannons. A 2-0 pitch swung on and missed by Morehouse, and that makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one delivery is Stevenson. He's looking in. Has his sign and comes set. Delivers a strike. It's a fly ball out into left center field, and there to pull it down is Davidson for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Jaden Marino. Marino played his senior season at Prairie View A&M. Teammates with Paxton Huff this season. Of course, both of them returners to the A's this year. So Marino steps up as the A's, they went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. The pitch misses from Stevenson. No work in either bullpen yet. 1-0 pitch will miss inside, and Marino's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So Marino will draw the walk. That'll bring up Nico Brown. Brown, freshman from Florida A&M University. He'll step up with 1 on, 1 away for the Lawmen here tonight. Worked our way into the bottom of the second, and the Cannons, they have the 1-run lead currently. They work the bases loaded in the top half of the inning, and that pitch, a fly ball out into right field, backtracking a few steps and pulling it down is Peter Smith, and now 2 away. So that brings up Jackson Phillips. Phillips, he was a redshirt sophomore this year, played at Seward County Community College. Of course, Seward County just an hour and a half to the south and west of here. He'll take a first pitch ball. Quick look over at first. They'll throw over to first to check on Marino, but not in time. Pitch misses outside. Phillips ahead at 2-0. Phillips makes contact. He'll get the first hit of the ball game, and a slight bobble by the right fielder Peter Smith, but it puts runners on at first and second for the Dodge City A's. So that brings up Kennedy Drexler. Drexler, he played his redshirt sophomore season for Southern University as the A's are trying to finalize their first trip through the batting order. So Drexler steps on with 2 on and 2 out. Shows bunt, lays it down, fielded by the pitcher Stevenson. The throw to first is in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the third. A's trail 1-0. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Zach Makarowicz will lead off here in the top of the third. The Cannons, they hold a one-run lead. He'll take the first pitch he sees and sends it out towards center field for a leadoff hit. The Cannons have their leadoff aboard. Brings up Wyatt Reeder, who singled the last time he was up. He'll show bunt. Lays it down, fielded by the catcher Morehouse in the first error of the game on the A's. So now 2 on and nobody out. That brings up Finn Kayala. Kayala, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out the last time he was up. Green fires in and another hit out into right field, and that will load the bases. Well, the Kansas Cannons are finding all the gaps in the A's defense, and that will bring up Cole Petersmith. So Petersmith steps up. He singled the first time he was up. Green fires in and misses outside. The pitch. Another line drive out into right field, right center, and that will score a run. Here comes the second. The throw to third, not in time, and the Cannons lead it 3-0. Runners on the corners with nobody out. 2 runs in the inning for Talon Barraza. Barraza, he drew the walk his last time up. And the Cannons, they have scored runs in back-to-back innings now. The pitch swung on and missed. Barraza down in the count, 0-1. Yeah, 1. It's swung on and missed. Runner goes. Down in the count, 0-2 is Barraza. Both runners now in scoring position with nobody out. The pitch misses inside. Delivery from Green. He'll miss outside on that one, and that evens the count at 2. Well, the Liberal BJs, they're taking on the Fort Collins Foxes at game out in Colorado. That pitch misses, and the count runs full. So after falling behind 0-2, Barraza has worked himself through the count. We'll see the payoff pitch from Glenn Green III. He'll fire in. It's off the end of the bat and goes foul. So we'll redo the payoff pitch here. Pitch misses, and that reloads the bases for the Cannons. Still nobody out in the inning. The A's are looking for that first out after giving up 2 runs. And now the bases have been reloaded. Sixth batter of the inning in Brady Hunt. He flew out the last time he was up at the plate. So Kayala at third, Peter Smith at second, Barraza at first for the Cannons. They hold the 3-run lead here in the top of the third. First pitch AC in and misses high. Pitch in and misses a little outside at that time. The A's, they were supposed to have taken on the Cannons back on June the 1st in Augusta, but were unable to play that game due to pitching shortages by the Cannons. Pitch is fouled off. The 2-1 pitch, high and inside, and Hunt ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, it's grounded to the shortstop. They go to second for 1. The throw to first is wild, and that will score another run, another error on your Dodge City A's.
Up now is our beer batter of the night. If our beer batter strikes out, then it is going to be $1 off your beers for the rest of the inning. This is tonight's beer batter.
So Fernando Jorge Jackson Witt, he's up at the plate down in the count 0-1. Hunt on at first and 5 runs in the inning. A pitch, it'll miss outside. One pitch coming from Green. Misses inside there, and Witt is ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Of course, the Cannons are completing their second trip through the batting order, and your Lawmen, well, they haven't even finished their first yet. The pitch, it's fouled off. That will even the count at 2. Pitch is fouled off. Pitch is grounded over to the left side and just past the outstretched arms of Nico Brown, and that'll put runners on the corners for the Cannons.
Is that an error, Justin?
So after a quick mound visit, we'll go back to work with Chase Davidson. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He grounded out the last time he was at the plate, and the Cannons are starting their third trip through the batting order. They lead it 5-0 at this point. We're in the top of the third inning. 4 runs in the inning, 2 away as Davidson comes up empty on the offering. The pitch just a bit upstairs, and that makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. There is work getting started down in the A's bullpen. Looks like Jace Gifford will confirm that in a minute. Davidson, he's ahead in the count 2-1 and takes a pitch high. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Yep, indeed, it is Jace Gifford in the bullpen for your Dodge City A's. The 3-1 is swung on and missed, and the count runs full. So Green, he's at 63 pitches in the ball game. 34 have been in for strikes. The pitch grounded up the third base line, fielded by Brown. The throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Arturo Blakenze leading off for your Dodge City A's. He was a freshman this past year here at Dodge City Community College. Comes from Tijuana, Mexico, and fouled off the first pitch he saw from Stevenson, who's back on the mound for his third inning of work. And Stevenson, he'll miss outside on that one, and that evens a count at 1. They'll fire in, and Blakenze makes contact up the third base line. It's fair. The throw to first, not dropped. So an error on the Kansas Cannons, and the A's, they have their leadoff aboard, so maybe the tides are changing. And that'll turn the lineup over for Landon Langley. He takes the first pitch he sees outside. Throw over to first is not in time. So Langley, he steps up, batting .370 on the season, and takes a high fly ball to the left field wall and gone. The A's are on the board with a 2-run shot by Landon Langley, and they trail this game 5-2 here in the bottom of the third. That one was an absolute no-doubter as it cleared the scoreboard over in left field. Well, if you can say demolished, that ball was absolutely demolished. And that will bring up Cameron Parks. Just the second hit of the ball game for your Dodge City A's. So Parks, he'll step up. He's 0 for 1, grounded out the last time he was at the plate. He brings in a .545 average on the season. Takes a first pitch low for a ball. Stevenson delivers and goes low again, and Parks ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. So the A's, it took a couple of innings, but they're on the board. Trail this game 5-2. A pitch down the middle and called strike. A pitch in and catches the zone again. It evens the count at 2 to Parks. Stevenson winds and delivers, grounded it to the shortstop. I'll throw to first, and that is the first out of the inning. So one away for Omari Johnson, who he got caught swinging his last time up. Johnson steps up, brings in a .345 batting average. Your A's, they bring in a 7-game win streak. The pitch will miss outside from Stevenson. That pitch will be driven out into right field, rolling to the warning track, and in with a stand-up double is Johnson. So 1 on, 1 away now for Aiden Morehouse. So Morehouse steps up, flew out the last time he was up. He's got a .538 batting average on the season. So a few well-placed hits, and the A's, they are in business here. Three hits in the inning, and they have a runner on in scoring position with 1 away. Pitch. In and called strike to Morehouse. Has him down 0-1. There's a pitcher using stretching bands out in the Cannons bullpen, not really actively warming up right now. Look back at second, the throw home misses low, and that evens a count at 1 for Morehouse. So we'll see if the A's opt to go to the bullpen when we enter the top of the 4th. They've had Jace Gifford out there warming up. The pitch in and inside as Morehouse moves ahead 2-1. The pitch will be a turnaround and chase Johnson back to second. Stevenson will look in. He has his sign and comes set. The pitch grounded to the shortstop. They'll go to third to get the out, so they get the advancing runner on the fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Boot Hill Lawmen, the DH number 12, Jaden Moreno.
That'll bring up Jaden Marino. Marino, the designated hitter tonight. He drew a walk his last time up. Marino batting .235 on the season as he steps in. One on, two away for the A's as that pitch is fouled back. Yeah, one is a throw over to first, but not in time. Pitch goes low, runner goes and is out at second. So that will end the inning as Morehouse will, not Morehouse, it was Jael Amador will get caught stealing, and we are headed to the top of the 4th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.
Let's make some noise, baseball fans.
Reholster. We can walk away from this on ours. All right. throwing a pint of whiskey for more help. We can all get a round of applause for the world famous Beer Hill Gunfighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world famous Boot Hill Gunfighters putting on a show here tonight, as they will every night when the A's transform into the Boot Hill Lawmen. We'll take a step aside, come back with the top of the fourth inning. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Top of the fourth, and Zach McCarwich leads off. He singled the last time he was at the plate. The A's, they make the pitching change and go to Jace Gifford. So Gifford making his appearance, not a start as he usually does. Karowicz makes contact, and it'll go out into right field. One on, nobody out for Wyatt Reeder. Reeder got on an error the last time he was up. One on, nobody out as Gifford takes over the mound for the A's. The pitch in and misses outside. So you can close the book tonight on Glenn Green's start. We'll officially go 3 innings. Walking 3, allowing 6 hits and 5 runs. The 2-0 pitch, or 1-0 pitch was fouled off, and that evens the count at 1. Not a cloud in the sky here at Cavalier Field tonight. Another nice day at the ballpark, as it was 81 degrees earlier in the ball game. Reeder takes a step off and will step back in, and we'll resume. Gifford fires in and makes contact That one will roll out into right center, and runners on at first and second. So very similar to the last inning. The Kansas Cannons continuing their hit parade. 8 hits already in the ball game for the Cannons. They lead your A's 8-3 in the hit category and lead the game 5-2 in runs. So Finn Kayala is up. Kayala, he singled the last time he was at the plate. Gifford will take a look back at second and come set. Fires in, and a high fly ball headed out into left center that will clear the left field wall. A 3-run shot for Kayala, and the Cannons lead it 8-2. Well, the Cannons have scored in every half inning now except the first, and they're putting up some big crooked numbers as they have a 6-run lead over your A's right now. I have a feeling we might be in for a shootout here tonight. That brings up Colton Petersmith. He's 2 for 2, has singled both times he's been up. Nobody on, 3 runs in, and nobody out for the Kansas Cannons. Pitch misses outside. So Petersmith, he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch. It's grounded up the line, and the throw to first is not in time. So the 10th hit of the ball game belongs to Petersmith, and that brings up Talon Barraza. Barraza has yet to record an official at bat. He's walked on both times he's been at the plate. 1 on, nobody out for Barraza. Last time these two teams met was back on July the 7th here at Cavalier Field. The A's came away victorious 16-6. Pitch misses from Gifford, and runner goes, the pitch low, it's called strike, and you throw to second, not in time. Gifford has what he wants, he'll come set. The 1-1 delivery will look Petersmith back to second and will reset. That pitch swung on and missed. Barraza down in the count now, 1-2. The breeze is picked up out of the south a little bit. The flag not moving significantly, but there is a little bit of a breeze indicated by the flag out in center field. The pitch misses high, and that evens a count at 2. Well, Gifford will miss low and outside, and that runs the count full. We'll see a payoff pitch. Contact made, fielded by Blakenze. They throw to first for the out. That moves the runner over to third. So that'll bring up Brady Hunt. Hunt 0 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice the last time he was at the plate. 1 on, 1 away now for the Cannons as they've scored 3 in the inning. And that pitch out into center field, it will not make the catch is Drexler as he comes up gingerly. That scores another run.
Now up, your beer batter of the night.
So that brings up Fernando Jorge. Jorge 0 for 1. He flew out the last time he was up. It's all Cannons here so far in the first early part of this ball game, and that pitch will get the strike call from Gifford. A long look in, he has his sign and come set. We'll take a look back at second to check on Hunt. The pitch low, bounces at home plate. Gifford comes set again. That one over the head of Jorge, and he's now ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 delivery. Gifford misses low and is ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike is Jorge. The 3-1 delivered will be fouled off. The count runs full for Jorge. The payoff pitch coming as Gifford waves one off, waves off another. Has what he wants. Pitch is yanked outside, and that'll move the runner over to third. Puts runners on the corners for the Cannons. That brings up Jackson Witt. Witt 1 for 2. He singled the last time he was up. Morehouse goes out. He's going to have a conversation with Gifford. Runners on the corners with 1 away. 4 runs in the inning. Cannons 1 in the second, 4 in the third, and 4 so far in the fourth. They lead at 9-2 over your A's as Witt, he steps up. The Cannons are completing their 3rd trip through the batting order. The pitch. That one misses, or actually it catches a strike zone. Well, Gifford fires in, gets the strike call, and has Witt down in the count 0-2. The 0-2. Set runners in motion, and the pitch is low. The pitch. Gifford goes low and outside again and evens the count at 2. A 2-2 delivery. Gifford misses outside. The count runs full again. There is work out in the A's bullpen. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. It'll be a drop strike 3. The throw to first to complete the out. Now 2 away for the Cannons. So that'll turn the lineup over to Chase Davidson, who is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Davidson, he grounded out the last time he was at the plate. 2 on and 2 away for the Cannons. The pitch makes contact off the end of the bat. It will go foul to the right and out of play, and that has Davidson down 0-1. Gifford shakes off a couple and has what he wants. The pitch. Gifford misses outside on that one. It evens a count at 1. That pitch will miss low. Two one. Gifford misses low and outside on that one, and Davidson is ahead in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. A 3-1 delivery coming. Grounded it to the third baseman, Brown. Throws to first, gets the out, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jaden Moreno set to lead off as we've entered the bottom of the fourth. The A's, they have some work to do, trailing 9-2 against the Kansas Cannons. Moreno, he steps up. Drew a walk the last time he was up and takes the first pitch and fouls it off up the first base line. Moreno batting .235 on the season. Yeah, one pitch. Brady Stevenson back on the mound for his fourth inning of work, and he'll miss outside. The pitch misses. Moreno makes contact with that one, sends it out into right field, and the A's, they have their leadoff aboard. So that brings up Nico Brown. Nico, he flew out the last time he was up. He steps up batting .296 on the season. A pitch misses high to Brown, and he'll be ahead 1-0. Brown makes contact. It flies out to the second baseman, and we're having some technical difficulties with the cameras. We'll see if we can get that fixed. Throw over to first, not in time. Phillips fouls the pitch off and evens the count at 2. That pitch is called strike. Drexler takes a first pitch ball. 2 away now for the Lawmen. So that pitch will be swung on and missed. Drexler, he's down in the count, 1-2. Payoff pitch coming to Drexler. So runner goes, and he'll pop one up. It's headed towards left field, and it will be pulled down. That will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the fifth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So what happened? Was McCarewich lead off like first?
It was McCarran.
I know, but was it first pitch? Finn Ayala up for the Kansas Cannons. 1 on, 1 away, and is a 2-1 count now. Pitch is fouled off. Count even at 2. Grounded to second. They go to second, 4, and don't get either of the outs. It's just a straight up fielder's choice. No, it's not a hit. It's a fielder's choice. So the fielder's choice, it puts runners on at first and second. Colton Petersmith up, down in the count, 0-1. The A's, they made the pitching change. They went to Isaiah Velasco. So Velasco's on the mound now for your A's. He pitched the other night, and that pitch is fouled up the first base line, and that will find Petersmith down in the count, 0-2. Petersmith, he's at 3 for 3 in the ball game, has singled every time he has been at the plate. The pitch, it's fouled off to the left. Count remains 0-2. The delivery off the end of the bat out to left field, and that will be the second out of the inning. So Petersmith has finally retired for the first time in the ball game to bring up Talon Barraza. Barraza, he's 0 for 1.
Last call for the 50-50 drawing tonight. We have 8 players moving through the stands for the
Throw back to second was not in time.
last chance to win tonight's drawing.
The pitch, that one's popped up, and it will be pulled down by Johnson out in left field, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. A's trail 9-2. You've been listening to Dart City A's Baseball. Arturo Blaquinze leads off in the bottom of the 5th inning. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He hit into an error his last time up. His pitch is in for a strike, and he finds himself down in the count 0-2. Blaquinze batting 179 on the season. So he'll check his swing. They say he went. So that'll turn the lineup over to Landon Langley. Langley, he hit the 2-run home run the last time he was up. Pitch in and misses to Langley. He's ahead 1 ball and no strikes. So that one will catch the zone. Stevenson, he's back out for his 5th inning of work. The A's, they find themselves in a 7-run deficit as he'll go up the middle with it and gets a 1-out single. That'll bring up Cameron Parks, who grounded out the last time he was at the plate. Langley, he's slugging .630 on the season. Cameron Parks just ahead of him at .682. First pitch to Parks in and called strike, and he's down 0-1. The pitch, throw to first, not in time. Down in the count, 0-2 is Parks. Your A's, they have some work to do as the throw to first is not in time. That pitch misses. Grounded it to the shortstop. They'll make the throw to first. Not in time. As it pulls the first baseman off the bag. The fielder's choice. One on, 2 away now for Omari Johnson. So he'll take a pitch low. Johnson, he leads the team in stolen bases. He's tied for first at 6 with Paxton Huff. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. A pitch in and called strike. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Stevenson misses outside again and makes it 2-1, or even, no, 3-1. Runner goes. Pitch is popped up. Headed out into left center. Tracking it is the left fielder, McCarowich, and he'll pull it down. That ends the inning. We're headed to the top of the sixth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. For the Kansas Cannons here in the top of the sixth, Brady Hunt is not leading off. So the Cannons have made a change. Cooper Gyran the A's, they send Velasco back to the mound, and Gyran fouls that one off and finds himself down in the count 1-2. One-two delivery. Makes contact and sends it up the middle for a leadoff hit.
Now, the Kansas Cannons is our beer batter, Fernando George.
So that'll bring up Jorge. Jorge, he drew the walk the last time he was up. He'll take a first pitch strike from Velasco. Pitch misses, runner goes, and the throw down to second not in time. Jorge even in the count at 1. That pitch in and called strike, and that has Jorge down 1-2. Jorge, the beer batter here tonight. So we'll see if maybe he can get a strikeout here and at least do something good for the home crowd here at Cavalier. Runners gets a lead, and the pitch misses low. That'll even the count at 2. (9-2) Cannons. Of course, as I said earlier, the last time the Cannons were here, the A's won it 16-6. A pitch popped and sent out into right field. Parks will pull that one down, but the throw in allows Guyran to advance to third. So 1 on, 1 away now for the Cannons to bring up Jackson Witt. Witt 1 for 3. It's a drop third strike the last time he was up. First pitch will be swung on and missed, and finds himself down in the count 0-1. Yo, 1. Velasco misses outside. That evens the count at 1. The pitch from Velasco is off the end of the bat and sent foul. Witt finds himself down in the count 1-2. Witt makes contact, sends it out into right field. That'll score a run. Digging for second. He'll be there, but he is tagged out. So that will end the inning, give him credit for a single, and the run scored. That turns the lineup over to Davidson. Chase Davidson 0 for 4 in the ball game, and he's worked his way ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. So it's all Cannons here tonight. Your A's are struggling offensively. So that pitch misses. Davidson ahead in the count 3-0. So Velasco, he'll step off the back of the mound and step back on. The A's are into their third pitcher of the ball game. Pitch misses low, and Davidson draws the 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up Zach McCarowicz. McCarowicz, he's at 2 for 4 in the ball game. Flew out the last time he was at the plate. If it wasn't any indication, the Cannons here in the top of the 6th are working their way through their 5th trip of the batting order. The pitch outside from Velasco, and Karowicz pops that one up. And Nico Brown will pull that one down up the third base line. That will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the sixth. A host of defensive changes have occurred for the Kansas Cannons. So here is the lineup now as it is Makarowicz, Davidson, and Peter Smith left to right in the outfield. Gyran, Barraza, Gustafson, and Jorge third to first across the infield. Still, Seville takes over the mound for the Cannons. Of course, Witt remains behind home plate. Aiden Morehouse leading off for the A's here in the sixth. Hit into a fielder's choice his last time up, and that pitch is in and called strike to make it 2-1 strike. Your A's, they've been out hit 13-5 here in the ball game. They trail this one 10-2. Pitch grounded to the third baseman. They'll throw to first and get the out. Well, your A's, they just can't find a gap as they're hitting the ball everywhere that the Cannons are. That'll bring up Jaden Marino. Marino, he's 1 for 1. Marino singled the last time he was up. Pitch misses from Seville. Pitch misses low and outside. Marino's ahead in the count 2-1. Five-3 BJ's leading the Fort Collins Foxes. So that pitch misses. Marino ahead 3-1. That game currently in the bottom of the fifth. Of course, they're out playing in Fort Collins right now as that pitch a check swing, and Moreno will draw the walk. That'll bring up Nico Brown. Brown flew out the last time he was up, 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch from Seville to Brown misses low. Seville, he works from the third base side of the rubber, delivers in high. He goes ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch catches the upper part of the zone. The A's, they traveled to Augusta last year. That game on June the 9th. They would travel to Augusta and drop the game at 12-8 to the Cannons. Of course, they won the game here on July the 6th. They won that one 16-6. 3-1 the count. Brown makes contact, flies out to the right field wall and over the wall. So the A's, they have some life as Nico Brown sends a 2-run homer over the right field wall. Ten for A's now as Jackson Phillips will step up. He got caught looking the last time he was at the plate. Well, the long ball has been the A's offense tonight as that pitch is in and called strike. Finds Phillips down 0-1. It was a Landon Langley 2-run homer, and that was a 2-run shot from Nico Brown. Phillips makes contact, sends it out into shallow right center field. That'll bring up Kennedy Drexler. 1 on, 1 away for the A's. Drexler, he flew out the last time he was up. Now down by 6, and Drexler takes a pitch low for ball 1. One-0 coming from Seville. They'll fire in, catch the zone, and even the count at 1. Throw over to first, not in time. Both bullpens empty currently. One delivery. Grounded to the left, just past the outstretched arms of Barraza, and that will put runners on at first and second. Well, the A's are getting some hits in this inning, and they have 2 on with 1 away. That'll bring up Arturo Blaquenze. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He got caught swinging the last time he was at the plate. It was a called it check swing that he went down on. So we'll go to work with 2 on and 1 away. So we'll take a look back at second. Fires in and delivers low inside, and Arturo is ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch. Misses, and that moves Arturo ahead 2-0. Well, we'll hang out when we move to the top of the inning as we'll get ready for the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. As that pitch misses to Blakenze, and all of a sudden now Seville is in danger of walking the bases loaded. Taking all the way, and that will load the bases. A 4-pitch walk to turn the lineup over to Landon Langley. Langley, he singled his last time he was up. The A's are starting their 4th trip through the batting order, and Witt going to go out and have a conversation with Seville. Cannon's not sending anyone to the bullpen yet, so they're not in panic mode right now. They trail 10-4. The Cannons, they lead at 10-4. First pitch to Langley will miss outside. That one in and catches the zone. Langley, a .388 on base percentage. A pitch misses high. Langley's ahead 2-1. Oh, Langley was swinging for the fences on that one, but comes up empty. Count even at 2. Seville takes a big deep breath, has what he wants, and comes set. Delivers low, and the count runs full. Seville has labored a little bit here in the inning, and it might be just what the A's needed to try to get back into this game. The pitch misses and walks in a run, does Seville. So that'll bring up Cameron Parks, and head coach Phil Stevenson starting to move. There will be a mound visit here. They will send somebody to the bullpen. Let's take this opportunity. We'll thank our Grand Slam sponsors, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, the City of Dodge City, Lewis Automotive, Koch Fertilizer, Curbs Law Office, LLC, and Brian and Melissa Huff. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Victory Electric night at the ballpark tonight, as they are the game day sponsor. We're out in the front lawn giving away prizes as people entered the ballpark tonight. That mound visit is over, and we'll go back to work with Cameron Parks, who hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Parks a .615 on base percentage for the season. Bases loaded, 3 runs in the inning. The A's trail at 10-5. First pitch to Parks misses from Seville. The lefty on the mound fires and delivers again, and Parks is ahead at 2 balls and no strikes. Well, if you're A's pitching or A's batting coach right now, you're telling them be patient. Throw down to first, not in time. Parks ahead in the count, 2-1. Parks swings and sends that one foul, and evens the count at 2. The pitch is fouled off again. So after working ahead in the count 2-0, Johnson Parks fouls that one off to remain alive. The pitch, that one missing just outside, and some of the Cannons faithful not happy. The count runs full. The payoff pitch from Seville will miss, and he walks in another run. Well, head coach Phil Stevenson giving the sign to hurry it up. Let's go. It is now 10-6 in favor of the Kansas Cannons. Omari Johnson stepping up. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. He flew out, and the tying run is now at the plate. Pitch misses from Seville. Bases loaded still with only one away. One-zero. Misses, called strike. Johnson 406 on base percentage in the season. The 1-1 will miss low and outside, and he's ahead 2 balls and 1 strike. Johnson makes contact. It'll go out towards the warning track off the right field wall. 1 run in, 2 runs are in, and the 2 RBI double for Omari Johnson, and now the A's are within 2. So that'll bring up Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse, he's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He grounded out the last time he was up, and here comes a pitching change as Coach Phil Stevenson has decided the night for Seville is done. He's seen enough and wants a new guy on the mound. We'll tell you about it when we come back, but first we're going to thank some more of our sponsors, our home run sponsors, the Victory Electric Cooperative Association, Jimmy John's, Spearville 3 EDF, Val Hinton, Rabine Brothers, Cargill, Kirby Meat Company, Building Solutions LLC, National Beef Packing Company LLC, Tommy's Express Car Wash, and Dodge City Family YMCA. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. We'll take a step aside, tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Well, with the tying run now at second for the A's, they bring up Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse 0 for 3. He grounded out his last time up. He cannons, they go to the righty Humphreys as he works from the third base side of the rubber and fires in for a strike. Cannons are on to their third pitcher of the ball game. The pitch. This misses high. Morehouse is .647 on base percentage. So that one will miss low and outside, and Morehouse is ahead in the count 2-1. Morehouse ahead 3-1 now. Humphreys fires in. It's swung on and missed, and that will run the count full. The payoff pitch. Humphreys is looking in, has what he wants, and comes set. The pitch, grounded foul. We'll do it over again. The A's, they've scored 6 in the inning. As they have batted around. The pitch again is low, and that reloads the bases. So Morehouse, he led off with a ground out. He gets on there, draws the walk, and the A's will send Jael Amador out as the courtesy runner. So that brings up Jaden Moreno, the 11th batter of the inning. Bases loaded with one away. Moreno walked the last time he was up and takes a first pitch strike. Jaden, he holds a .409 on base percentage as that pitch misses and evens the count at 1. So the A's, they've scored 6 runs with 1 out. The pitch, it's chopped foul, and Moreno down 1-2. All for the second time in the inning, the A's, they have the bases loaded. See if they can continue to take advantage as the pitch misses outside and the count even at 2. Pitch, that one low, and the count runs full. Well, Humphreys now in danger of walking a run in. Two were driven in on walks by Seville as that pitch was popped up. It's up the elevator chute. It'll be pulled down. The throw home is offline, and that scores a run. So the tying run is still at second, but the A's are within 1 after scoring 7 here in the bottom of the 6th. So runners at first and second now with 2 away for Nico Brown. Brown, he hit the two-run homer. The pitch misses outside. It was yanked out. Humphreys wanted a different ball. So Brown steps up. He holds a .382 on-base percentage. Makes contact, sends it out into right center field. Here comes a tying run, and the runners will be held up at the corners. The A's have tied it up at 10 apiece. So runners on the corners now with two away for Jackson Phillips, and he singled the last time he was up. Phillips, he holds a .429 on-base percentage, and we have a brand new ball game. A's, they've scored 8 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. That pitch is in and called strike. That pitch grounded out into right field, and the A's have taken the lead. An RBI single for Jackson Phillips as Jael Amador comes in to score. And let me just put it this way. At one time, the Lawmen were down 9-2. Runners on first and second for Kennedy Drexler as he steps up. He singled his last time up. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Drexler, he holds a .400 on base percentage as he'll foul that one off to the left and out of play. This game very reminiscent of a game I remember back against the Liberal BJs. Your A's, they took a 9-run lead into the bottom of the 9th. They gave up 9 runs. So never say never as that pitch is fouled off. The A's, they gave up 9 runs in the bottom of that game. That ended up going 15 innings and 5 hours. Hopefully not the case here tonight. The A's, they lead it 11-10. The pitch swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. The A's, they score 9. They lead it 11-10 as we're headed to the top of the 7th. But hang out, friends. It is time for the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. So none of this was Well, top of the 7th, and the A's, they send Isaiah Velasco back to the mound. Wyatt Reeder set to lead off for the Kansas Cannons. Except it's not Reeder, it's a pinch hitter. So that is Gustafson, as he took over defensively for the Cannons in the last half inning, and he is down in the count 0-2. Pitch popped up, pulled down by Langley in fair territory. That is the first out of the inning. So Finn Kayala steps up. Kayala, he's at 2 for 4. He hit into a fielder's choice the last time he was at the plate. The Cannons, they blew a 10-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch, that one low and inside. It's ball 1. Worked our way into the top of the 7th. The pitch, that's a high fly ball headed out to center field. Drexler tracking it, takes a few steps to his left, pulls it down, and out number 2. So nobody on, 2 away for Colton Peter Smith. Peter Smith, he's 3 for 4 in the ball game. Was retired for the first time the last time he was at the plate, as he flew out to left field. First pitch to him is in and misses from Velasco. This is the second time Velasco has pitched in a ball game. Velasco, he pitched 4 innings against the Lone Tree Lumberjacks, that game back on June the 11th. He went 4 innings, allowing 4 runs, struck out 5 and walked 1. The pitch, that one misses and evens a count at 2. So it's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Both bullpens are empty at this point of the ball game. The pitch, low and inside, and the count runs full. Velasco has what he wants. He'll deliver, and it's a fly ball into right field and will fall fair right in the right field corner. So Peter Smith hits a double and is on at second. That pitch just fair inside the right field corner. So that'll bring up Talon Barraza. Barraza's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flew out the last time he was at the plate. Velasco, he'll take a big deep breath and step back on the mound. The pitch, down the zone for a strike to Barraza, and he's down 0-1. Runner goes, pitch low and outside. Count even at 1 for Barraza. Last check, the BJs, they were leading the Fort Collins Foxes, now 8-4. That game out in Fort Collins, of course, now in the top of the 7th. 2-1 the count to Barraza. Velasco delivers. He'll miss low and outside, and the count now 3-1. The pitch. Velasco delivers, and it is a strike call. So the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming. Velasco, he'll look in and get his sign and come set. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, and the A's, they get out of it. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time in Dodge City. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Arturo Blaquenze leading off as we've entered the bottom of the 7th. Humphreys, he came in relief of Seville in the last half inning and returns to the mound and delivers a ball inside. Blaquenze ahead 1-0. He drew the walk his last time up. He'll make contact. Grounded to the shortstop Barraza. Throw to first in time. And 1 away.
Now batting for the Lions, the second baseman, number 3, Landon Langley.
So Arturo, he had a .368 on-base percentage. That turns the lineup over for Landon Langley as the A's begin their fifth trip through the batting order. Pitch is in and called strike. Langley, he's slugging .630 on the season and That pitch misses. He's ahead in the count or even in the count at 1. I'm sorry. Langley makes contact. It's headed to the left field wall and gone. It clears the left side of the scoreboard, and the A's, they lead it 12-10.
That's his second home run of the night. Now batting for the Lobby in the right fielder, number 4, Cameron Parks.
So that brings up Cameron Parks. He takes a first pitch strike. Parks, he's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He drew the walk his last time up. Cameron, he's slugging at .682 on the season. Counts even at 1. Humphreys gets Parks to swing and come up empty, and Cameron's down in the count 1-2. 1-2. Parks pops it up the elevator chute. It's on the infield. Tracking it and pulling it down is Gustafson.
Now batting for the Lobby, left fielder, number 14, Omari Johnson.
So that brings up Omari Johnson now. Johnson, he doubled his last time up. Omari slugging .379 on the season. Nobody on, 2 away, but 1 run in, and the A's, they've scored in back-to-back innings and have scored 10 unanswered. Johnson grounded it to Gustafson. He'll take it, makes the throw to first, and that will end the inning. Headed to the top of the 8th, you've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Cameron Parks takes over the mound for the Lawmen. They're on to their 4th pitcher of the ball game. Cooper Gyron set to lead off now for the Kansas Cannons. Gyron singled his last time up and fouls off the first pitch he sees from Parks. This is the first pitching action Parks has seen for the Dodge City A's this season. Gyron down in the count, 0-1. The pitch inside. Counts even at 1. We've worked our way into the top of the 8th, and the Lawmen, they lead it 12-10. Pitch is in for strike. It has Gyron down in the count 1-2. There is work down in the Cannons bullpen. So we'll see if they go back to Humphreys in the bottom of the 8th, as that pitch was fouled off, and not fouled off, but swung on and missed. A drop third strike, and one away for the Cannons. That brings up Fernando Jorge. Jorge's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He hit a sac fly his last time up. The pitch fouled back into the netting. It was enough to even scare Pacheco, as I guess he was unaware that there was a net there to protect him. Yeah, 1 misses high. Counts even at 1. The pitch misses high again, and Jorge ahead in the count, 2-1. Parks delivers. It's fouled into the net, and the count evens at 2. Well, the Cannons are down to their final 5 outs of the ball game. That pitch misses high, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch off the end of the bat, headed out into right field, and it will fall in the gap. And that will be a double for Jorge.
Now batting for the Kansas Cannons, the catcher number 31, Jackson Witt.
So that brings up the catcher Witt. He's 2 for 4, singled the last time he was up at the plate. 1 on and 1 away for the Cannons. Parks delivers. It's misses high for ball 1. Well, there was a defensive change as Jael Amador took over in right field. Grounded to Blakenze. They'll throw to first for the out, and now 2 away. It advances Jorge to third, and that brings up Chase Davidson as we turn the lineup over for the Cannons. They're starting their 5th trip through the batting order, and head coach Phil Stevenson wants to talk a few things over. I'm sure he is very leery of stranding a runner. The Cannons, they've already stranded 11 in the ball game. So the Cannons, 10 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. Your Lawmen, 12 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors in the ball game. So 1 on, 2 away, and we'll go to work with Chase Davidson. Davidson, he drew the walk his last time up and takes a first pitch outside ball. Parks delivers. It's outside again, and Davidson, he's ahead in the count 2-0. The delivery catches the upper part of the zone and called strike. Park steps back on quickly and fires in. It's a fly ball out into center field. Drexler there and pulls it down. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. The A's, they lead at 12-10. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. The Cannons, they make a pitching change. They go to Wyatt Barnowski. They will send the righty to the mound as he'll work from the first base side of the rubber. Aiden Morehouse leading off for the Lawmen here in the bottom of the 8th. They've scored 10 runs in the last 2 half innings as Morehouse, he'll take a strike. Morehouse slugging 1,000 on the season. That pitch grounded to the shortstop, throw to first in time. 1 away. And that brings up Jaden Marino. Marino, he's 1 for 1 in the ball game, has drawn 2 walks, but hit into a sac fly the last time he was up. Marino, he's slugging .294 on the season. First pitch will miss inside. Marino takes another pitch inside and finds himself ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 delivery. Misses inside, and Moreno can be selective here. A pitch. Misses, and well, that was Jael Amador. So Nico Brown up at the plate. He's down in the count 0-1. Singled the last time he was up. Nico slugging .370. Pitch gets away, runner goes, and they throw it away out into center field. So that'll move Amador all the way over to third. So an error on the Kansas Cannons, and the A's, they have another run 90 feet away. I'll go back to work with a 1-1 count to Nico Brown. Pitch misses inside. Brown's ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch. It'll be called strike and evens a count at 2. Bottom of the 8th, the A's, they lead it now 12-10. They've scored 10 unanswered since the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 pitch from Bernowski. Brown makes contact. It's a high fly ball to right field off the wall under the Conquistadors, and he'll be caught in a rundown. So give him credit for the single. He'll be tagged at second, but it scores a run, and the A's lead at 13-10.
Now batting first baseman, number 17, Jackson Phillips.
So Jackson Phillips steps up now. 3 for 4, nobody on and 2 away. He's singled all 3 times that he's gotten on. He, of course, got caught looking once in the ball game. Oh, 1 misses low. Phillips, he's slugging .438 on the season. The A's, they've scored in the last 3 half innings they've been at the plate. The pitch misses outside. So after leading 10-2, the Kansas Cannons have now given up 11 unanswered runs. The pitch misses high. Phillips ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. A 3-1 delivery coming from Bernowski. He'll fire in and misses. Phillips will draw the walk. That'll bring up Kennedy Drexler. Drexler steps on with 1 on and 2 away now. Drexler, he went down swinging the last time he was up. He steps on with a .300 slugging percentage this season. Well, a very important insurance run earlier in the inning, and Drexler's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. The A's, they used to be part of the Jayhawk League, and there was a saying several years back when we were in the Jayhawk that there is no safe lead in the Jayhawk, and that is proven true here tonight. The Cannons, they are part of what is now known as the new Jayhawk League. They play in that league with the Great Bend Batcats and Derby Twins, a few other teams as well. That pitch misses, and Drexler's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, there's also the Kansas Collegiate League that the A's used to be a part of. They consist primarily of Wichita teams. They left that league to go join the Rocky Mountain where we find ourselves now. So the 3-0 pitch coming from Bernowski. And called strike. We're approaching the 3-hour mark of this ball game. That pitch in and called strike as well, and the count runs full. An important payoff pitch here for Bernowski. He'll wave one off, has what he wants, and comes set. Takes a look over at first. Runner goes. It's swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. The A's, they need 3 in the top of the 9th to claim victory, and we'll see what happens. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Take this opportunity and thank our double sponsors, First Dental and Forgone Financial, ITC Great Plains LLC, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar LLC, and Dodge City Eye Care. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Defensively, the Dodge City A's, they bring in Blake Coleman to take over first base. Zach McCarwich will lead off here in the top of the 9th. Takes a first pitch ball. McCarwich, he's 2 for 5. He flew out the last time he was at the plate. So that pitch is in for a strike and evens the count at 1. Parks, he's not messing around on the mound as he'll fire in and miss high. It moves McCarwich ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. The A's, they need 3 outs to claim victory, and he'll miss again. McCarwich ahead 3-1. Parks delivers, and it's a walk drawn by McCarwich. So the leadoff runner aboard for the Cannons. to bring up Gunnar Gustafson. Gustafson, he flew out his last time up. He'll step on with one on and nobody out. The pitch in and called strike has Gustafson down 0-1. Gustafson, a returner to the Kansas Cannons lineup. He played last year as that pitch fair up the third base line, and that will put runners on at first and second. Well, now the tying run for the Cannons has come to the plate with nobody out. That is Finn Kayala. Kayala, 2 for 5 in the ball game. He flew out. He's also hit a home run. Kayala sends one over through the right side, and that's the bases loaded. The go-ahead run now coming to the plate for the Cannons. So that'll bring up Peter Smith. Peter Smith, he's at 4 for 5 and a dangerous person to have in the lineup right now at this point. 3 singles and a double has been his night at the plate. A pitch, called strike. Peter Smith down in the count, 0-1. Grounded to second. They'll go to second base for 1. The throw to first is in time, and they turn the double play. 2 away, but a run scores. They lead it 13-11. So that'll bring up Talon Barraza. Barraza has been retired every time he's been at the plate. Went down swinging the last time he was up and takes a first pitch strike. The Cannons are down to their final out, but the tying run now at the plate. So that pitch is in and called strike, and Barraza down in the count, 0-2. Park steadies. The 0-2 pitch. It is fouled back into the net, and we'll do it again. Count remains 0-2. The Cannons have finally answered back after holding a 10-2 lead. They trail at 13-11 as Parks yanks that one outside, just a little bit overthrown. That makes the count 1-2. The 1-2 delivery. A high fly ball that could leave the ballpark, and it does. We have a tie ball game. Talon Barraza delivered a dagger over the left field wall. So that'll bring up Cooper Gyron. Gyron 1 for 2. A dropped third strike his last time up. First pitch, high and outside for ball 1. Well, we're going to go to the 9th now. The pitch, High and outside again. Quick mound visit to settle Parks down a little bit. He'll go back to work with a 2-0 count to Guyran. Parks will deliver outside, and he's ahead in the count 3-0. Pitches in, called strike on the outer edge, and well, all of a sudden that double play looks all the much better right now as a fly ball into shallow left and another runner aboard for the Cannons. So that'll bring up Fernando Jorge. Jorge 1 for 2. He doubled the last time he was at the plate, and the A's are just looking for that final out of the inning to try to go to the bottom of the ninth and walk it off. Pitch misses high. Swung on and missed as Jorge thought he was going to swing for the fences, but it evens the count at 1. Runner starts to go, but in and called strike, and Jorge down 1-2. Parks takes a look over at first. Runner goes, fouled back into the fence. Count remains 1-2. One-two delivery. Misses low and outside, and the count evens itself at 2. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Runner goes, and a hit and run as it falls out in shallow center field. So that'll put runners on the corners. That brings up the catcher, Jackson Witt. What's 2 for 5 in the ball game. He grounded out the last time he was at the plate. So we'll go to work. The pitch. This is outside. Nobody in the A's bullpen right now. I don't think the A's have anybody left. Pitch, grounded up the third base line. It is foul. And that evens the count at 1. The 1-1 misses outside. 2-1 delivery. Grounded to the shortstop, Blakenze. The throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Let's take this opportunity to thank our single sponsors, John F. Wilkinson, Daniel L. Love, David H. Snap, Robert L. White, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, and iDocs of Dodge City. Well, we're in unfamiliar territory as the A's haven't played the bottom of the ninth in this home stretch until today. You have to go all the way back to May the 30th when the A's, they played the Great Bend Batcats before you would have to find a time that they've played a bottom of the ninth here at home. Arturo Blakenze leading off for the A's. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out the last time he was up, but remember just a couple of nights ago he hit the grand slam. He finds himself down in the count 0-1 as Wyatt Barnowski's back on the mound for the Kansas Cannons. A pitch swung on and missed, and Blakenze finds himself down in the count 0-2. Turo, he's slugging .321 on the season, but goes down on strikes. It'll turn the lineup over for Landon Langley, who has hit 2 runs in the ball game. He's 3 for 4 on the night. He had a home run his last time up. Well, the A's, they scored 9 in the bottom of the 6th that got us to this point as that pitch is down low through the legs of the catcher Witt. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside to Langley, and he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 3 hours and 13 minutes into this one. It's not the longest game we've played. The pitch, it's popped up the elevator chute, and it will be pulled down in foul territory by the third baseman, Gyron, for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Cameron Parks, who is 0 for 4 in the ball game. Parks, he flew out the last time he was at the plate, and the A's are down to their final out of the 9th. Pitch is in for a strike. The 0-1 delivery. Grounded to the second baseman. They'll throw to first, and that will be the final out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have bonus baseball. Actually, we don't. Hold on a second, because it looks like we're just going to let this one end in a tie. End in a tie, 13-13 against the Kansas Cannons. We'll take a step aside, come back with your post-game wrap-up. After this, you've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the A's, they play to a draw here tonight. Since it's a non-league contest, don't have to declare a winner or a loser. They're opting to go for the tie. The Cannons, they would get on the board early. They would score as they would get 1 in the second, 4 in the third, and 4 in the fourth. They would lead it 9-2 at that point. They would score 1 more in the sixth to hold a 10-2 lead. The A's, they would come storming back in the bottom of the sixth. As the Cannons, they would score 3 in the top of the ninth to make it a tie ball game. They score 13 runs, 20 hits, 2 errors. They strand 14 runners. Your A's, 2 runs are in the bottom of the third, 9 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth. 13 runs, 13 hits, 3 errors, and the A's, they strand 7. So let's take a look at the scoring summary for the Dodge City A's as they draw to a tie here tonight. Arturo Blaquenze leads off in the third. He gets on an error, as that will be important. And then Landon Langley, he comes up and belts his first home run of the evening. A 2-run shot over the left field wall that gets the A's on the scoreboard. The A's, they would go quiet for a little bit. They'd get some base runners, but no scoring until Aiden Morehouse would lead off in the bottom of the sixth. He would be followed up by a Jaden Moreno walk, and then Nico Brown would belt a 2-run homer over the right field wall. 1 away, and the A's would continue it as Jackson Phillips would hit a single, followed by a Kennedy Drexler single, and an Arturo Blaquenze walk that would load the bases. Landon Langley steps up. He'll draw a walk that walks in a run, as does Cameron Parks as he draws the walk that drives in a run. Omari Johnson steps up and belts a double out into right field. He'll drive in 2 more runs as Aiden Morehouse will step up. He draws a walk. He would eventually come around and score as Jaden Moreno hits a sac fly that scores a run, and Nico Brown, he will step up and hit a single that drives in a run, along with a Jackson Phillips single that scores a run for the Dodge City A's. So they would score 9 in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead. Then in the 7th, the A's will get another run from a Landon Langley solo shot that clears the left side of the scoreboard. And then in the 8th, Jael Amador, he draws a walk, and he will be driven in on a Nico Brown single. The A's that see the Cannons answer back with 3 in the top of the 9th, and they'll play to a tie here tonight. I am Justin Hergert alongside with Reese Gleason assisting on the live stream. Remember, no game tomorrow night against the Derby Twins. That game has been canceled. It will not be made up. The A's, they have 3 days off. They will take a break and come back to take on the Game Day Angels here at Cavalier Field Friday evening. 7 p.m. first pitch. Until then, for the entire A's board and organization, we say thank you for following along. You have been listening to Dodge City.